What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today I'm a little bit croaky because I've been in Germany commentating a big Pokemon event for the past weekend, but I'm back, and there's new Digimon cards, and we need to have a look at these new Digimon cards. We're going to be starting off today having a look at a bunch of cards, including Minervamon. We've got a new super rare in the Digimon card game that we need to have a look at from BT10, and quite frankly, if we don't have a look at this, I'm going to end up being a little bit sad. So with all of that borne in mind, we are going to be looking at Minervamon, but there are a couple I want to talk about first. So let's start off with Quetzalmon, or something along those lines. And what we've got here is a very standard level 4 stats wise, 4 cost to play normally, 2 cost to digivolve, 4,000 power, and it's got Armor Purge. Armor Purge is back. Of course, Armor Purge has been a big thing in the past, but it's not necessarily a big thing here. Well, great news, it's back. Armor Purge actually came around in BT8, which is what we're getting in English quite soon. There were actually 2 random mons in BT9 that had it, and now we're back with this in BT10. This says that when you would be deleted, instead of being deleted, you can try to top card off this Digimon. So you would essentially go from being this level 4 to whatever level 3 was underneath, but you wouldn't be deleted. And actually, yeah, that's really good. Armor Purge is a really nice skill. Very standard level 4 stats wise. There's one skill, it's Armor Purge, and actually, yeah, this can be incredibly helpful. It is, interestingly enough, the first purple Digimon we've ever seen with Armor Purge, so now you can start taking advantage of that. And if you're worried about getting deleted, hey, wonderful news, you're only being put back a step, you're not being deleted, that's quite nice. But we also have a level 5 we want to be talking about. It is Sandyramon, and we don't need to spend long on this one. It's a vanilla Digimon, 5 cost to play normally, 2 cost to digivolve, 6,000 power. It's a 2 cost to digivolve level 5. And that is about it, I'm afraid. I'm sorry, that's about what we've got. But it's also a 5 cost to play normally. The thing is, we've literally seen this. This is Skullmeramon. This is the BT3 Skullmeramon. Level 5, purple Digimon, 5 cost to play normally, 2 cost to digivolve, 6,000 power. This is, except for the name and picture, it's exactly Skullmeramon from BT3. So if you're trying to figure out if this is a good card or not, I mean, we've had this for a while. How much do you like Skullmeramon? There are some other 2 cost to digivolve level 5s in purple. We've got a couple of them. None of them are quite as similar as this. So that's your decision. If you love Skullmeramon and you really want another 4 of them, because you can play 4 of each in your deck, yay! Otherwise, this is a card which, well, I think it's fair to say it's not quite as good. I don't want to sound rude here, but it's not quite as good. So let's move on to the star of the video. Let's have a look at the super rare. This is Minervamon, and this one has a lot to like. Now, it's 12 cost to play normally, 3 cost to digivolve, 11,000 power. We usually see 11 free 11. This is slightly more expensive to play, but there's no reason to play this card. You can digivolve up nicely, so you can kind of ignore that. And you've got Retaliation. That is to say that when you're deleted after losing a battle, you also delete the Digimon you were battling. Now, this isn't going to be one of those small Retaliation Digimon where you kind of sacrifice it to take down a big Digimon. This is a big Digimon. What you use this for is a little bit of protection, a little bit of, well, kind of stopping your opponent. You basically sit there and say to your opponent, look, you can get me, all right? You absolutely can. However, I've got Retaliation, so if you do get me, I will get you back. It puts your opponent off attacking, and that's a good thing. Now, on your opponent's turn, when your opponent plays a Digimon, and remember, playing is not the same as digivolving, you may play a purple level 4 or lower Digimon from your trash without paying its memory cost, although any on-play effects don't activate. And this is phenomenal, because you may notice, if you have a little bit of a look at the Japanese scan there, that little part of the card that says once per turn, yeah, it's not there. It's missing. And the reason it's missing is super simple. It's not limited to once per turn, which is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Every time your opponent plays a Digimon during their turn, and it doesn't say how that Digimon is played, but remember, it's not the same as Digivolving. Every time your opponent plays a Digimon, you get to play a level 3 or level 4 purple Digimon for free. That's phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Now, you do have to play it from the trash, but we've seen this so many times, alright? We know that Purple love playing from the trash. The example I often give is the Impmon that came around in BT2, one of the first Purple Digimon we saw, and that kind of set the scene. That's got that deletion skill that trashes the top 3 cards of your own deck. And the very first time I showed you Impmon, I went, well, initially this doesn't look great, because it's just getting you closer to decking out, which is a win condition in the Digimon TCG. However, if we see more cards that play from the trash, this could actually be really good. Well, we've seen a lot more cards in Digimon that play from the trash. We've seen a lot more cards that trash your own cards, and they tend to be in purple. So if you can get a bunch of level 3s and level 4s in your trash, every time your opponent plays a Digimon, you get to play one too. That is absolutely ridiculous. And incidentally, this is why Retaliation is so good. Because you're basically sitting there going, look mate, every time you play a Digimon, I'm going to play one too. And what that's going to make your opponent want to do is go, right, well, if you're just going to play Digimon for free constantly, I'm going to delete you. How do you like that? And the answer is, well, I've got 11,000 power. So if you're trying to delete me, you've got to bring something big to the table. You're not going to delete me with some tiny little Digimon. You've got to bring something big. But whatever you bring that's quite big, that's trying to delete me, will get deleted as well because of Retaliation. And it's kind of both of these things together that make me love this card. The fact that you've got that amazing static skill that isn't limited to once per turn, and will allow you to play a lot of Digimon for free as your opponent's trying to do their thing. And then, if your opponent tries to take you down to stop it, which let's face it, they're almost certainly going to, you get to delete their Digimon as it happens, and they've had to use a powerful Digimon to come after you, and this is why I love the card so gosh darn much. And that's not actually all about the card, that's just 2 out of 3 skills, but these 2 skills work so beautifully together. But you've also got a deletion skill, bearing in mind you've got Retaliation, which means that as you retaliate, first you take out their Digimon. That's Retaliation, that's a good thing. And secondly, you've got this deletion skill as well. So your opponent really has to pay for deleting you. If your opponent has 2 or fewer Digimon in play, you may play a purple level 5 or lower, or Minervamon from your trash without paying its memory cost. Now at this stage, I do unfortunately have to point out that Minervamon, we don't know, is the honest answer. Presumably there is going to be a Minervamon in this set. That seems like a pretty good guess. But unfortunately, as it stands at the moment, we don't know. That card's not been revealed. So Minervamon is going to be coming, but we'll just have to wait and see on that one. Obviously, it's something to get a little bit excited about, because it's probably going to be kind of good. And let's face it, if they're specifically telling us this can be played, that is something which might be kind of interesting. This one looks like it could be very nice indeed. Obviously, when that card is revealed, we'll talk about it on this channel and we'll go through this a little bit more, and that will be lovely. And yay! For now, we're just going to have to cross our fingers, hope it's really good, and go from there. Regardless, we know that you can play a level 5 or lower Digimon, which is brilliant, and a Minervamon, which we know is going to be a level 6 or above. According to Digimon.fandom.com, it is an evolved form of Minervamon. So we're going to be talking level 6 or level 7 here. So yeah, this is good. I really want to see Minervamon now, and it's a little bit sad that we can't. But this all just adds up beautifully. The fact that you've got this amazing static skill, which your opponent is going to want to shut down. The fact that you've got Retaliation, so they've got to use a bigger Digimon than 11,000 power to get rid of you, but then they'll go down as well. And the fact that you then, when you go down, will also get to play a card for free can be amazing. And there is a possibility here that actually Minervamon is so good that what you really want to do is actually sacrifice Minervamon sooner rather than later to get Minervamon out. Although, to be clear, the static skill on Minervamon is really good here. Either way, this adds up to a very, very interesting Digimon indeed, although we do need to see Minervamon before we can really say for absolute certain exactly how good this is. It's one that I'm a little bit excited about, but I don't know how excited you are. So let me know in the comment section, would you? Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk Digimon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.